Hello, brothers and sisters globally. Welcome to Message to Billions daily discussions. We discuss about most hot issues on the planet and how it apply on our personal life. Since now is a global lockdown, everybody could think about from where we come and where we go. And the most shocking news that I was watching yesterday was about these people who die of coronavirus, and they show a lot of bodies. And I propose to discuss today about this issue because till now, unfortunately, we humans don't use all of this news as it's supposed to be like caring for each other and praying for each other, but is showing in this kind of way of struggling, and therefore I propose today to discuss about this life and death, and what is the purpose of life, and also we will read the Messiah inspirational quotes for this day, and you are always welcome to mm, give a comment about, and also please join our marathon. We have a marathon to spread this message to billions of people, give them salvation and the marriage blessing. So uh, everybody could join. Therefore, please share this video with all your friends. Those who will share these videos will receive a present, and those who will watch this video will receive a present. I will say about this bonus in the end. So let's start with the reading Messiah words. Understanding of death. There is no doubt that the spirit world exists. It surely exists, and since we were born from the spirit world, we must return there. The Korean word Toraganda, literally return but meaning to die, is interesting. To where do we return? Not to a cemetery, we return to our place of origin. The place of our departure is not a cemetery. It means to return across the vast expanses of history, even beyond its origin. To return as a human being does not mean to be born and to return as a Korean. Someone who died as a Korean does not return on that path as one. We return to the original world that brought forth the ancestors of humankind. What does that mean? As there is a creator, we will return to the place where the creator is. That is where we originated. So it is there that we return. The universe is engaged in circular motion. When the snow covering the mountain melts, it flows down through small valleys and into the ocean through many streams and rivers. Later, it enters the ocean where it evaporates and returns to complete its cycle. Everything circulates. When one returns, where does one return to? We wish to return to a place where we can be higher and better. No one wants to get smaller. However, all the laws of motion of the natural world dictate that this diminish through action. When we roll something, it does not roll eternally. First, it rolls rapidly, and then it decelerates and finally stops. The place to which we must go. We live in this world, Yet it is not the only world that exists. There is also the spirit world. This world and the spirit world should not be two separate worlds. They should be integrated. Then where is the place in which we are to go and live? Of course, while living physically on earth, we are proceeding toward the eternal world. Originally, people are simply born in this world, pass through youth, reach their prime, enter old age, and end their life like the setting sun. Yet those who know of the spirit world realize that a lifetime is but a fleeting moment compared to eternal life after death. That being so, our lifetime serves to prepare us to welcome the world of eternity. If a global unified world had been formed in which Adam's birthday, his wedding day, and the day of his return were commemorated, the human race that commemorated those days would have a unified brotherhood of one people. That is to say, they would have become a people that lived in one world. If that had happened, all the customs of Adam's life would have been inherited in the history of humanity, and the culture formed at that time would have been inherited eternally. The spiritual connection of life and death. However hard you may try to avoid death, you will die you come when your time comes. People enter the spirit world in different states. Some go there after living to reap old age, while others die untimely death. Among the latter are those who die due to punishment and those who die to indemnify the sins of their people and the world. If three prominent young people in a village die, good fortune will come to the village. If their promising young youth of a clan die, good fortune will come to that clan. In other words, indemnity must be paid. It applies everywhere. The principle of causality appears everywhere. If God set up someone in a central position with a value equal to that of thousands people and let him walk the path of death, and if those 1,000 people are inspired by his grace and virtue so that they aim to live for his sake and follow his way of life, the entire race will enter the same blessed realm as he. And the reason people try to discover the thoughts of patriots and sages and follow them is to enter the same realm of their blessing. Last year several members went to the spirit world. This year several more will go there. Although I have not talked about it, I know of this already. Why does this happen? Because when we go up one stage, we cannot avoid paying indemnity. Among those born on earth, there are people who live with hope and people who live without being able to have hope. Yet there are two kinds of hope: humanistic hope and God-centered hope. From the day of our birth, we grow up thinking that our mother's bosom is the best thing there is. But when we leave our mother's bosom, sorry, and became to have friends, we think that friends are the best thing. Nevertheless, we end up parting even from our friends. As we grow older, neither loving parents, nor a loving spouse, nor loving children can completely satisfy our hopes. People hope for many things, but eventually all these hopes vanish. We have hopes for our family, our country, or even the world. However, as uh, as we age, our hopes fade away. Among those who live on earth, there are not many who live with the firm conviction that the hope they have been proud of, the entire hope, the hope they were unable to live apart from, is worth losing their lives over. People are destined to have to fight and go beyond death after living life as as it is known. People entertain all kinds of hope in their lives, yet when they face death in the end and pass away, they abandon all the hopes they have fostered. They wander about seeking new hope, wishing to live today and tomorrow. When they encounter death, through all their hopes fade away and they fall into despair as they set out on their final path. From their own perspective, people seem to have hope, but they are unable to have a hope by which they can go over the summit of death. They disappear without having such a hope. Are we to die understanding this to be the pattern of life, or will we seek a hope that can last, laughing even to the face of death? There are very important questions that all people on earth have to think about today. All things of this world will pass away. Our families, nation, and even the world itself will pass away. Ideologies and philosophies will pass away. What will remain? It is the hope with which we can fight and win over death. Without such a hope, we might as well call ourselves failures in life. On the other hand, there is a group of people who, from their birth, reject all hopes that secular people despise and all humanistic things and lie embracing the heavenly hope and eternal hope. Heaven made limitless effort to enable humanity living with their earthly humanistic hope to go over the peak of death with a new hope and to live with regard to the eternal world. Therefore, people who live a life of faith should not live embracing earthly hope, but should live dreaming of the eternal world of hope that can even conquer death. The word death invites understanding of the meaning of life. Who know the value of life very well? Those who seek to live do not. Those who seek to fathom the value of life while clinging onto God at the crossroads of life and death understand. In today's world, there are many people who commit suicide by by taking sleeping pills or in other ways. Do more women commit suicide or men? More women. Why? Women tend to have a one-track mind. However ugly a man might be, he is able to approach a problem from different perspectives. Women see only one way out of a problem, but men avoid death by finding viable alternatives. As such, they have a lower suicide rate than women. It is only natural that we would aspire to resemble God. God also wants his sons and daughters to resemble him. That is why we want to resemble God, and we want to take us with him. We are groping for the way to make this possible. Therefore, people must be reborn into a body that enable them to resemble God. Both God and humankind are eagerly waiting to the day of rebirth. Such a day is necessary. Why is that? It is the day of our death. That being the case, should people welcome death or not? They should welcome it. When asked what the purpose of death is, we should answer, we will die for the sake of God's true love. We discard our physical bodies to participate in the realm of activity or of God's infinite love and for the sake of God's word of love. Death leads to birth in God's love, but in this world people clamor in their death throes. Oh, I'm dying. Death is the moment you can welcome the joy you feel by being able to leave the realm of limited love and enter the realm of infinite love. Therefore, the moment of death is the moment of your second birth. Then, would God be joyful about the day of birth or your physical body? Or would he be joyful about the hour you are born as a son who is to act for the sake of love in the second infinite world? You might wonder why I talking about such things. You cannot establish a relationship with God without liberating yourself from the fear of death. Human beings, yeah, so interesting. Messiah said, you cannot establish a relationship with God without liberating yourself from the fear of death. Yeah, so much fear in today's world, unfortunately, brothers and sisters. We're supposed to change it to love, as Messiah emphasized. Human beings go through the stage of formation, growth, and completion. We go through the realm of water in our mother womb, then the realm of the planet earth, and finally the aerial realm in heaven. In other words, people go through three periods: the period of water in the womb, the period of being born and living 100 years on earth, and then the period of flying in aerial world. People are born from the depth of water. The period in the womb is period of existence in the water. When the fetus is inside the mother womb is floating in water, uh, it needs to draw in and expel water as it lives underwater. Therefore, it lives by way of a cord connecting to its stomach. How the fetus nourished? It is supplied through the navel. Its navel functions as a mouth. So we should not be disdainful of our navel, but pat your navel and say, belly button, you took pains for me in the past. If you pat your navel many times, you'll improve your health. Do that. If you do that a lot, you'll become healthier. Even when you sleep in a cold room, uh, if you cover your navel, you won't get diarrhea. During your time in the womb, your navel functions as your mouth. The breathing organ then move up from that navel. What's the next mouth? It is this one. It continues to go up. Then what must we do with the umbilical cord that is attached to the navel? We must cut it off. By analogy, in the world of air, the spirit self is attached to the physical self like the embryo in the womb and feeds off the physical body. When the physical body grows old, the spirit self comes out and discards the physical body. When the embryo is to be born, it is born on the earth where it becomes the object of love to its mother and father. Likewise, the spirit self must be reborn as a person who can relate to the eternal God, who is its spiritual father. This is in accordance with fundamental principle of love. The earthly world is where the embryo can become friends with its father and mother after it is born. People are born in the eternal earthly world where they can share love with their mother and father. Likewise, they must be born in the spirit world where they can share love with God, the parent by whom they can connect with the infinite spirit world. We have the period of water and the period of land and the period for flying. How long have people today waited to see a flying human? Such a person would be the world's greatest attraction. Okay, brothers and sisters, in this interesting moment, um, let's go further. Yeah, so interesting. Messiah is describing about our earthly life and the life after death. So, and that we're supposed to think about and grow properly as we grow in the mother womb. We supposed also to go very properly take care of our life and grow in true love, because this is the air and spirit world. And I want to read a little bit from my book, Rewrite Our Fate. It is up to suffer further with our historical baggage as we did now, or inherit new teaching and change our fate. We as human live our lives like drifting in the ocean for now, as luck would have it. Our life course sometimes take adventure turns on crest of the wave, but sometimes we feel like we are drowning. This life dictated we all call fate. Moreover, as we see around, not only us personally, but our families, communities, countries, and the whole humanity are drifting for now, as we individually don't know where we are going in life. That is true for presidents of our countries too. If we will ask them where our countries and the world are heading for next 100 years, for sure we will get an uncertain answer, since they usually are focusing just on their 5-year terms. So, brothers and sisters, as we analyze nowadays world is very interesting, where how this lockdown change our life, and yes, now is the time to think about eternal life, and to receive a new teaching that Messiah, God's today messenger through parents sent to us, and hopefully through parents still alive, through Mother on Earth, and she teach us how to live with God as was intended for now. So I wish you today a great day. Have good health, make morning exercise, and make stronger your immune system, and breathe good air, and eat good food, and read through parents message to billions, salvation message, and take steps about how to live a perfect life, thinking about your soul, how to develop your mind and spirit to prepare for the next world, because sooner or later everybody of us will die. But how it will be, you'll be happy in your family by with your children and grandchildren, or as today's world so-called fashion trends was live alone, or divorce many times, or other vicissitudes that our life encounter. We discussed a lot of this in the previous discussions. You may find in YouTube there upstairs, and more information, more videos, and subscribe to my channel, and let's unite together in this marathon to save and bless 1 billion plus people. So subscribe my channel, invite your friends to join, and let's do it together. Let's grow together. studying Messiah words and practices in our life and grow our love because as we think about our human life, we grow by best practices, and if we hear each other who have these best practices here and there, and we could grow better and never stop to grow. Yeah, I have this period of time one time that I was thinking that I already know almost everything, so I don't need to grow, and then I stuck for few for a while, and then I remember, oh, I supposed to study more, and I start to study more further Messiah words and also other trainings about business and life get much better. And now is the time, and this we could do growing our life because our purpose of life is love. Do it today, grow your love and your family, and live for the sake of others, give your love and care for your family today, for your neighborhood, as many people are volunteering for now, and the country and the world. Yes, keep in touch and a present. Yes, those who watch till the end, I give you a present, one of my book. Just contact me in Messenger or WhatsApp. The more information is below this video about our activities and message to billions, and also those who share this video, I will give a free counseling. Just contact me. All the best, keep strong. Have a great day and contact me anytime.